what perpetuates it? I don't know. You choose which question you're going to start to address. What perpetuates it, or the effects of it?
Good. So, what causes imposter syndrome? So, there's a couple of things that are the root cause. People who have perfectionist tendencies. So, if you're someone that's a perfectionist, they typically have a higher likelihood of experiencing imposter syndrome, because perfectionists are always setting the bar high for themselves, and even when they meet that bar or they achieve that level, right, it's never good enough. It's always like, what's next, right? So there isn't really a time to appreciate your achievements, because it's always what's next. So people with perfectionist tendencies, who perfectionists struggle a lot with failure. They've got this unhealthy relationship with failure, such that even a small mistake, right, let's say if they've done 99% of the work well, but there's like one small mistake, to them it feels like a total failure, right? So people with perfectionist tendencies have that thing of, it's never good enough. So yes, I've achieved my dream role, I've taken my business to where it needs to be, but there's never that good enough element, because it's always the what's next, right? So that it's also for people for whom success came quickly. So maybe your business took off and it flew way beyond what you imagined it would, right? Very quick. So when success comes quickly, that also is a cause for imposter syndrome, because often our minds, I guess, do not catch up with all the rapid changes, particularly where you rapidly achieve success. Another one as well, is, and this is quite a common one, being a minority group in a particular industry or in a particular role. So if, let's say, I'm the only woman in the department, I'm the only Black person, I'm the only Black entrepreneur that is in this space, or one of the few Black entrepreneurs. So where you feel that you are underrepresented, you often feel that you don't belong there. In fact, we find this a lot with first generation graduates, right? Especially, they go to university, and especially if you're at a university where people are coming from other communities, different socioeconomic backgrounds. So therefore, because you're coming from a different background, you almost feel undeserving. And even though you get your degree, you qualify, you do well, you get a really great job, you generally perpetually feel that you don't belong, especially in environments that are not inclusive or that are not very transformed. So it gives people the perception that I shouldn't be here and I don't belong here. And any minute now, I'm going to get exposed as a fraud, right? And then the other thing, which is more, I guess, in terms of our upbringing, is people with high achieving parents, right? So your upbringing can also cause imposter syndrome, particularly for families that place a very big achievement, a big emphasis on achievement, right? And also parents that either overpraise, or they go from extremes of overpraising you and over criticizing you. So in that essence, having that, what you call it, that upbringing where you have the expectation to perform, you're not allowed to fail, you receive high criticism, especially for not being an achiever, whether it's academically, whatever the case might be. Yeah. So it does increase that feelings of fraud, I guess, of feeling like a fraud, because of those mixed messages that you get when you were younger around being overpraised, or I guess being over criticized.